Hello everyone and welcome to Chasing Adventures. Today I received Tozalazz portable air compressor, so we're going to compare it to tried and true Viair 88p. But first, let's unbox it and see what's all included. So when you're off-roading or even just driving on forest roads, it's a good idea to air down the tires to get the full potential and usage of your off-road tires because one, it provides smoother ride over trails by allowing your tires to absorb more shocks from the rocks, potholes, or any other obstacle, which reduces the impact that you feel in the cabin. And two, better grip and traction by increasing contact patch with the ground, making it easier to navigate through challenging terrains. Three, and I think this is the most important one, and that is it greatly reduces the risk of puncturing your tires because when you air down your tires, they are able to conform to the shape of sharper objects on the road. For example, think of a balloon that's fully inflated with air compared to the one that has very little air. And the one with the little air is less likely to pop compared to the one that's fully inflated. And it's the same concept with tires. And having a blown tire is the last thing you want when you're off-roading. So I typically air down to somewhere around 25 to 18 psi depending on the road condition, and I haven't had any issues with it. But the flip side is when you're done off-roading and getting back on the paved road, it's not safe to drive with such low psi, so you do need to air your tires to the correct psi, which I typically run them at 40 psi, and this is where portable air compressor comes in. Now, I have my Viair 88p since my Tacoma days, so since back in 2015 till now, and it still serves me well. And it's pretty compact for what it can do. But the only downside is that it takes quite a bit of time to fill the tires back to the desired PSI. And when your buddies are all done filling their tires and you're only on your second or third tire, I feel bad because they have to wait for me. So when Tozalazz asked me to review their product, I was really excited and wanted to see just how fast it can inflate the tires. So let's go ahead and unbox it first. So it comes with the carrying case and a 25 feet air hose that has PSI gauge attached to it, 3 different nozzles, and a quick connector. The unit itself has an 8 feet long power cord with battery clamps, on and off switch, solid handle, and it sits on an anti-vibration plate. And it has overheat protection that shuts off automatically if it gets too hot, and it's backed by a 2-year warranty. So my first impression is that this is a big air compressor compared to Viair. And I guess that's a good thing if you want a fast air compressor. And unlike the Viair's single cylinder design, this has dual cylinder. And that's why this compressor is able to feed 11.65 CFM or cubic feet per minute compared to Viair's 1.47 CFM at 0 PSI, which is more than 10 times the amount of airflow. And that's a huge difference. And it claims that it can inflate from 10 psi to 40 psi in 1 minute on a 34-inch tire. So enough talking and let's get to testing. Oh, and I wanted to mention one other thing, and that is Viair's PSI gauge always shows higher reading than what the actual PSI is. So I had to let it keep running for about 5 psi higher than my desired PSI. So hopefully that's not the case with the Tozalazz. So first, let's air down the tire, and to do that on the field, I use this tire deflator. And basically, you unscrew the valve stem cover first and unscrew the tire deflator and screw it onto the valve stem. And it'll start to deflate the tire. And you do this to other 3 tires, and by the time you come back to the first tire, it will have deflated the tire down to around 20 psi. So it's cheap and effective way to air down your tires. So let's air down to around 20 psi and time the Viair compressor first. All right, so we're sitting right at 20 psi. So let's go ahead and turn this on first. And I'll have the stopwatch right here. So let's go ahead and start the time. It's right around 40. And the time is 2 minutes and 32 seconds. And let's find out how accurate this PSI reading is. So we're at right around 38. So let me go ahead and pump some more air into the tires and I'll resume the timer. So we're at 3 minutes and we're right around 39 still. So I think it's safe to say it takes more than 3 minutes to fill the tires from 10 psi to 40 psi. Now let's go ahead and test the Tozalazz. And the Tozalazz has a deflator on the back of the gauge, but it's a very slow process, so I'm gonna continue to use my deflator. All right, so we're right around 20, so it's good. Let's go ahead and try the Tozalazz. And I'm gonna try to use the quick connect. Okay, and the gauge is showing 20 psi. And let's start the timer. Okay, that was weird. When I was filling the air, it went all the way up to like 60 psi. But as soon as I turned it off, it went back down to 40, and we're at 49 seconds. So let's find out if this reading is actually true. Yep, right around 35. So I guess 10 more seconds. And we are right around 39, 40, so yeah. 1 minute. So what do you guys think? I'm actually really surprised how much quicker Tozalazz inflates the tire compared to Viair. And I never really timed Viair before, and 3 minutes doesn't seem that long, but when you have to fill 4 tires, that's total of 12 minutes just waiting around compared to 4 minutes with Tozalazz. And if we add, say, extra 4 minutes to move from tire to tire, that's 16 minutes compared to 8 minutes or less with Tozalazz because of the quick connector. So I'm really happy with the result. But from my testing, the claimed 1 minute to fill the tire from 10 psi to 40 psi is not true, because we were only at 20 psi and it took 1 minute to fill it to 40 psi. And that psi gauge going all bonkers was really surprising and didn't expect that much of a difference. So who is this for? Well, honestly, if you go off-roading once in a while, you could get away with the Viair because it's pretty light, compact, and it's cheaper and does a job. But if you're like me, who goes off-roading every weekend, then this is definitely for you, because I could be on the road much quicker. And I'm planning on getting a 2-way or even a 4-way splitter to have even fast inflating speed. So thank you, Tozalazz, for sending the unit for me to test. And if you're interested, I'll leave the link in the video description. And if this video was informative, please like and consider subscribing for more content like this. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep chasing adventures, and bye for now.